What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back into the building today, guys. And today we're reviewing the Primary Arms SLX RS-10R. Now, you might have heard of the RS-10 as it's been a previous model from Primary Arms, but they updated that model with the RS-10R. This is something fairly new that was dropped recently. And if I just had to take a guess, right? Just a guess. One of the reasons why maybe it's called the R is maybe because it's an RMR. Now, the previous RS-10, which I actually own and I actually liked a lot, very, very affordable optic, budget friendly. It was coming in at a Delta Point Pro footprint, and I believe it also featured a Picatinny mount as well as a Glock MOS mount as well, but it was coming in at a Delta Pro footprint, while this is a newer version that's featuring the RMR footprint. But the SLX RS-10R is definitely a very competitive and affordable mini reflex sight or a red dot for your pistol at a very affordable rate that is on par with its competitors out there, like a Holosun or maybe even some Vortexes out there. I definitely think that this is something that you should add in to your options when thinking about this on what you may want to get. There also are even more new optic options that Primary Arms is featuring with their pistols that are coming out that were shown over at SHOT Show. So there's different tiers depending on how much you want to go up. The window size on this is a 23 by 19 millimeter, which is very nice overall, solid picture, big picture for yourself to get, acquisition of your target when shooting. You do have, of course, the up and down on this one to allow you to go up and down with your brightness levels, which I think the original RS-10, it was just a one button. I believe it's just one button. Matter of fact, let me see if I still got it. Okay, I stand corrected. So this is the original RS-10 right here. And it does have the up and down button, so it is there, but it does have that Delta Point Pro footprint featured right here. It does have the up and down buttons on it. And from looking at it, there are some very similar similarities, but it does seem to be like the R is a little bit more chunkier and has a little bit more, I guess you could say, tech going on within it. It does feature the same CR2032 side loading battery on the side, and that battery life is extended alongside with the fact that this does feature the auto live shake weight type of mechanism. So you leave it standing somewhere not being touched, it will cut off, but when you grab it or you move it around, it's gonna automatically cut on and be ready to go. So that will extend your battery life for a very solid period of time. It does feature the RMR compatible footprint, so your Holosun 507s, 508s, whatever, those type of things, the same type of footprint that is featured on those. Hard coat anodized, and it is shock proof as well. And the MSRP on this is $239. And the MSRP is $234, which is a very comparable rate with a lot of those other products like stated, like Holosuns and your O-Light, O-Sights, or even some of your Vortex Defenders. Very solid clarity as well. You get a really nice solid picture. The dot also is really nice. I have a slight astigmatism and doesn't have any sparkle or flares or over brightness, but it does have a nice brightness setting that could take you all the way up high that gives you that daylight time bright. So like if you're outside, you can actually get this bright enough to see without it causing any issue. You could see it during the daytime. I mentioned it being shark proof, but it is also waterproof as well, and backed by Primary Arms' lifetime warranty. It's night vision compatible and can be utilized also as an offset for a rifle. It does come in with, as I stated before, though, a mount that you can directly put onto that mount that will then allow you to put it on a Picatinny. So I've ran it on some PCCs, but I did run this a lot of the time on I want to say my Geisley, but also we ran it on side of a CZ Brin as well. So we ran it as a piggyback for a lot, and we ran it also for this directly on this PDP-X, which we'll have a review on soon. And it's a really good optic overall for the price point. It's definitely a brand that you can be, I can tell people to go and try out and grab and not have a worry about when it comes to that. Obviously, there's a lot of other optic brands out there, but Primary Arms, they have a list that goes on and on when it comes from LPVOs to their red dots that they had, even this RS-10 right here. The list goes on. I love this RS-10 that I originally got. The only issue is that I have issues finding a lot of guns that have Delta Point Pro at this point. Really, when it comes to Delta Point Pro, it's only a few really like P320s, I would say, or even 226s and like old SIGs that feature the Delta Point Pro footprint. So it's hard to always find a specific gun to run this with. I was running this on a Glock because I had the MOS plates, so I can easily do that. But then once this came out, I was moving that back and forth. So the RMR update, definitely a big time update, but also you could see that they added in some upgrades alongside with this battery extended life, and then although this the auto shut on and off, it's a little bit more chunkier than that previous overall system. But for the most part, for that price point, it's going to put you in a really good competition price with other optics out there, backed by a great warranty, backed by a good company. And as I stated before, you have your SLX tiers, you have your GLX tiers and your PLX tiers of different optics. So if you want to take it a step further from stuff that's made directly only in the US to things that are manufactured here in the US, but probably parts made overseas, depending on what price point you want to go at, you have the options with primary arms. This though, however, is a new optic, as I stated before, that I saw during SHOT Show, and just seeing them upgrade it and finally put it with the RMR footprint was a huge plus for me. But I didn't have no issues. I haven't had any issues with this one. I think it's a very solid dot overall. And if you're looking for a dot and you like the company Primary Arms, like I do, because I will say, it's definitely something that you can utilize, concealed carry, duty carry, whatever it may be. Because it's a very nice big dot overall, and it covers all the bases. I mean, it has a really rugged overall bezel on the top, and you really don't have to worry about it getting cracked. And if you do, that's what the lifetime warranty's for. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know. Comment down below. We can talk about it. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. If you want to see more on this, though, let me know. But like I stated before, we ran this on 5.56 and on 9mm. No hiccups, no issues. It did what it needed to do. So I'm not mad. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.